Okay, I'm going to do a few problems here on page 455. Starting with number 1, this is a vector here in red, and they want to give the ordered pair of this vector. First of all, there's 3 things to a vector. There's the magnitude, or the distance. In this case, it's simply 900. There is the direction of the vector. This guy would be 48 degrees, number 1, north of the east line. North of east. And now we want the ordered pair, and that is what our goal is right here. This is going to take a little bit of time here, but the ordered pair is essentially right here. Where would this thing be if I had actually like graph paper? Okay, so we need to figure out 2 things. We've got to figure out how far does it move left to right, that will be x, and then how far it moves up and down, which would be y. And if you notice, we just created a right triangle there, and we're going to use that right triangle to help figure out the x and the y here. This is 48 degrees, this is 900, my triangle is horrible, that's x, this is y, and we're going to use sine, cosine, and tangent. To solve for x, I'm going to say adjacent hypotenuse cosine of 48 is equal to x over hypotenuse. To solve for y, you would say opposite hypotenuse sine of 48 is equal to opposite y over hypotenuse. And then simply go to your calculator here, turn on cosine of 48, and then multiply by 900. The x value here is 602.2, and then for the y, sine of 48, then multiply by 900. Y is 668.8. And so the ordered pair here is left to right. It is positive 602.2, comma, up and down 668.8. That is the final location here if it was on a grid chart there. Now you need to consider that this is both positive. Sometimes the x value can go negative. Sometimes it would go negative for the y value. But you would have to put that down if necessary. Okay, I'm going to do number 14 here on page 456. They give you a vector here in red, and they want you to figure out the magnitude and direction of this guy. First of all, I'm going to give the ordered pair, and that is how far does this guy go left and then down. So this is negative 300, that's the x value, and then negative 640, which is the y value. They didn't ask for this, but this is basically negative means west, and negative for the y value means south. The direction and magnitude, well, to get the magnitude here, we need this value here. I'll put an m for magnitude. And we would simply just go a squared, b squared, magnitude squared. 640 squared plus 300 squared is equal to magnitude squared. So real quickly here, 640 squared plus 300 squared. Those two combined is 499,600 magnitude square, and then I'll take the square root of that number, 499,600. It is 706.8. That is the, maybe this is an airplane moving, but that is the magnitude of this red line. Okay? The direction of this red line, you would need this angle here at the corner. I'll call that angle x. This is 300. This is 640. We're going to do inverse tangent here because I got an opposite and adjacent. So I'm going to say angle x is the inverse tangent of opposite 640 over 300. And then angle x here, as soon as the calculator tells me what this answer is, 640 divided by 300. Inverse tangent is 64.88 degrees. So the direction here is 64 point, I'll round that to 9, and this thing is going 64.9. It is going south of the west line, south of west. So those are the 3 components to this vector for number 14.